struggle is not evidence of weakness. It's actually a fruit of a life fully surrendered to Christ, right? The Bible does not promise that when we give our lives to Christ that everything is going to be easy. In fact, it promises the opposite of this. It talks so much about struggle in the Bible that it is implied that we're going to go through struggles. In fact, in the book of Luke, it even talks about how we're sent out as sheep in the midst of wolves, that we're going to be persecuted for our beliefs because they hated him first. The world will hate you because they hated me first, the words that Jesus preaches in the book of Luke. James 1, 2 through 4 talks about this having this endurance in the trials, taking joy in the suffering because it produces steadfastness in your faith, and the character that God is able to create through a person through the struggles is truly remarkable. The most faithful people I know in my life are not the people who've had an easy life. They're the people that have allowed God to walk with them through the trials, through their testimonies, through the darkest moments of their life, and have come out on the other side with a light that can only be provided from the Spirit itself, from God, getting them from point A to point B. So how do you struggle with God? That's what Israel is named after. It's after the struggle and the wrestling match that God had with Jacob. So God's chosen people are the ones that choose to struggle with him. So when you're struggling, it's not a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign that you're completely surrendered to God, because you have the choice to not struggle, right? If you're struggling with a sin addiction, you're struggling because you care enough to actually take that to the foot of the cross, right? You can give up and say, you know what, okay, whatever, I drink on the weekends, or I sleep around, or X, Y, and Z. You can have that free will and enact that for just not caring, but the fact that you care is implemented in the fact that you're struggling with it. So when you're struggling with it, don't be so quick to think that's a weakness. It's actually strength that you're able to completely give yourself to Christ. And yeah, you're gonna slip up sometimes, but if you're struggling with it, that means that the Spirit has worked within you. Can you surrender more? Absolutely, but that at least shows that the Spirit has worked within you. So don't be discouraged when you're struggling with things in life, with sin addictions and stuff like that. And when you're struggling from external things that you can't control, just look to Christ to be your provider, right? John 14:27, right? Christ promises this peace that he's given to us, not as the world gives, but as he gives, and that we should not allow our hearts to become weary or fearful. So that's my encouragement for you today. Understand that if you are struggling with a sin, you're struggling for a reason. That's because you at least acknowledge the fact that what you're doing is wrong. You've humbled yourself to that point. So God bless y'all.